Kenya is about $2 billion. That's about 180 billion Kenya shillings. Out of which 40% goes towards medical health care of your relatives. A service that should have been paid for by the taxpayer, you are paying from here because you could have still sent the same money for economic empowerment of your relatives rather than send it for medical health care. And I said I'll do a tour of US just to listen and discuss with this very important group that should play much more bigger role than they have ever played before in the affairs of Kenya. I say to myself, I'm looking at all factors. People have spoken about tribalism. And it's been the root cause of what is our problem today. And I said, we can break this matter, we can actually break that issue if we all agree to look at issues. Look at the Kenyans who live outside. Look at the services you get here. Look at the politics you play here. Politics of issue. Politics that have nothing to do with tribalism. Because you're looking for ability. Why can't you export that exposure, yourselves plus your friends, back to Kenya so that people start thinking about ability, vision, energized and passion kind of leadership? You've seen it all. You do not need to reinvent the wheel. And I can tell you, next election will be like no other. Because one, for the first time, young people, the youth, will determine who will be the next president of Kenya. They are the majority. For the first time, the advantage that used to be there with the old folks, with the rural folks, which was 70% people are rural, that is no longer the case today. It is 50-50. 50% of the population is now urbanized, which means they have access to information. The third thing is IT, technology. Today, 80% of the entire population has access to the mobile, which means they can access messages. They do not have to be told this is the way. Today, Kenyans who live outside will be able to vote for the President of the Republic next year. If you look at those four factors, combine them, and you define the kind of leadership you want. Don't allow politicians to define for you, because you're the majority. You define the kind of leadership you want, you will get that leadership that you want. And I'm saying this because wherever I've gone, people have asked me, how do we kill this tribalism? And I've said, get Kenyans outside, technology is in place, urbanization is in place, the young people are in place. We just have to align ourselves to the ideals that we would want to have the kind of leadership that we would want. And I've been very clear about these issues at home, because I've been to virtually every part of Kenya. The only part I've not covered very well is Northeastern. And today I went to Sam's shop and I found him playing a video when I was in Lake Turkana. And I say, this is wonderful, because I was dressed like a Turkana. And I said, this is nice. And I keep joking about Lake Turkana and telling people, when it's holiday time, we all flock to Mombasa and Lake Victoria. The shoreline of Mombasa is 350 kilometers. The shoreline of Lake Victoria is 150 kilometers. The shoreline of Lake Turkana is 800 kilometers of beach which we've never touched. We've never exploited some of the best parts of the world, and only a few people really know what it is all about.